Yo, welcome back to Moguls in the Making, the podcast. I'm Tyrone Johnson.
I'm Amari Heflin.
And we in the building today. First things first and foremost.
Man, first, before you hop into that, man, it's Moguls in the Making episode 4. So
absolutely.
4 weeks in already, man, and got many more episodes to come to y'all, but you can go ahead.
I was just going to say, first and foremost, we need everybody to at least have a moment of silence with us. Amari lost his pops late last week. That's definitely something that, took a toll on the team. But we just want to give them all love and support during this time. But if y'all can, give me a moment of silence. And we good.
Yes, sir.
But just want to let you know, bro, it's all love my way.
For sure.
And for sure, I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. Yeah. Most definitely.
Show my brother.
And I know you're going to stand on them 10, so I know you straight.
You know that.
Most definitely be there for the family.
For sure.
But, yeah, man, we appreciate y'all for coming out again, watching us, sharing it, commenting, just being there for us, you know what I'm saying? And like, again, we just want to get feedback from y'all, especially starting out and stuff like that. But we about to start with doing interviews after our next episode. So definitely, if y'all have anybody that y'all interested in seeing on the podcast that y'all know is a super dope person doing a thing out here, definitely put that in the comments too. And we'll try to reach out to them and get the information if you don't have it. But definitely reach out to us and just let us know what's up. You know what I'm saying, with the podcast.
And as usual, me and my dog, we got the wine in here. We might start making this a thing.
Yeah.
Cheers, legacy. Moguls in the Making, baby. So, yeah. Second, what T said, we already got a lineup of about 15 people who will be on the podcast. But shoot us your favorite entrepreneur so we can add them on the podcast, get their story, really pull out some of those things that you may not even know about them. And we can give them game or they can give us game. Probably both, So we're going to have a good time, get a lot of people on the podcast, so stay tuned for that. But let's kind of hop into our first thing.
Definitely. We got the business spotlight. Going on. So we just want to bring to y'all just what's going on in our business real quick. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Check us out. But right now, one part of it, for me is I got 2 parts to tell y'all about as far as, what we got going on right now. We jumping way, way, way deeper into acquisitions and fixing our systems on that side. We know that's kind of like the lifeline of our business. And that's something that, over the past year, because of all the properties that we had and, all the attention that they needed, we was doing projects for different investors that we probably shouldn't have been doing. We should have just did the deal with them and not did the whole construction. We was taking it A to Z for people, and maybe we can get back to that in the future. But like right now, we definitely got to make sure that the lifeline of our business is getting deals, right? Period. Whether that's wholesaling, whether that's, buying the properties ourselves. But that's one big thing that we definitely focusing on going into 2023. By the time y'all see this, we'll probably be in February or something like that. But it's about to be the new year here in a couple of days, so.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like kind of, where we at now, even just with the properties, man, it's a beautiful thing. But, I was talking to my girl, too. And she in the building in the back on her phone, probably on TikTok and shit. But, we was talking and I was I was talking to her about like ownership, right? And how like, we stand on legacy. We stand on ownership. But ownership is also a timing thing. Right, I was telling her, like, for me, I don't really give a fuck about, wearing the latest shit or having the coldest car. Like, I love my whip, but I really kind of, in a sense, don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but my thing is our houses, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing where I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to let that go. Like, what that's going to be worth in 3 to 5 years? Right. You know what I'm saying? But when you in a game, it's kind of like, you need to do what's best for your business at that specific time. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be in the game and we're going to have 1,500s, 2,000 units, you know what I'm saying? And we'll look back and be like, damn, we shouldn't have had to sold that. But every investor that I listen to on podcasts that's, up there in unit count and multi-millions, billions, all that type of stuff, they have these same stories. I had to sell this property. Man, I wish I would have kept on to that. They got those same stories, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm saying all that to say that I'm going through a process of learning when to still be in the right position and not say, oh, you know, we own this, so just love it so much. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you can let that go and you're going to get it back, especially if you stay in the game. So
most definitely.
That's something that I kind of realized this week.
Yeah, and just to speak on that and where we at with that is we just at a point where we might, you know, start unloading, you know, some of our portfolio to put us in a more cash position here coming up that we're going to be able to, you know, purchase properties with, but also pay just have a pay ourselves more, you know what I'm saying? So that we not really, you know, worried about that as, you know, this next year go on and we doing a lot of fixes to the system and to our processes. So that's something that, like Omari was saying, it's hard to do because you're looking at it like that's our baby right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was our first multifamily property that we bought. You know what I'm saying? Which was a triplex, but now we had the process of thinking about selling that and another one of our properties. So that's just kind of where we at right now, and we just continuing to build and building our systems out. But but to go with that, you know. Today, the topic of the day that we really wanted to bring to y'all, man, is something that we've been doing on every single property that we buy.
Ooh,
and it's actually a solid method in, you know, getting what they call free houses. So it's like they pretty much say, in this instance, if you do this method, you can end up with a free house. And why do they say that? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's called the BRRRR method. So it's buy, big BRRRR. It's buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat that method, right? And we're gonna go into it and kind of break it down. But Omari, I guess you can just kind of tell them why people say, "Oh, I got a free house," because it's not technically a free house, but it is technically a free house. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? If you know how to do it, so it's a lot of components that go into it. But once you get it down, then it's a repeatable process, right? So how do you get a house for free, right? It is reverse engineering your deal. You kind of got to work backwards. So I like examples. I like to, you know, illustrate. I like to get my point across with examples. So we got a house that's worth $100,000, right? I know if I fix this house up, it'll be worth $100,000. Okay, but somebody's selling, or I'm talking to a seller and they want to sell it to us for $50,000. But in the, you know, cosmetic rehab, we need to put about $25,000 worth of work into it, right? So if I put purchase price is $50,000, rehab is $25,000, it'd be worth $100,000 all in. Now I know that when I speak to a bank, their limit, most of them, banks are different, but their limit is doing 75% of what that asset is worth. They'll give you that money back and put a loan on the property. So if I have $100,000 or I can get $100,000, I'm sorry, $75,000. Excuse me. If I can get $75,000, I know I can buy this property, renovate it, and then go and knock on the door at the bank and say, "Hey, bank, look, I got this free and clear property. How much is it worth?" I already know my comps is worth $100,000. They send up.
Reverse engineering it.
You reverse engineer it. Appraiser come out, appraise it at $100,000. The bank say, "Okay, we'll give you 75% of that, which is your $75,000. They'll give it back to you. Now you rent that property out and you can cash flow it." So that's essentially how the BRRRR method is, you know, worked on a very vague scale.
Exactly. And then it just, you know, like you said, it sounds very easy, but it is different components to it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be fundable. You know, so like for you to go back to that bank and really
hold on to you. Can you just say that one more time? No, I don't think they heard you on that shit.
You gotta be fundable. So what does that mean? What does that mean? You can't have a tore up credit score.
Oh,
right. And you got to have a solid credit score. Normally they looking at something over 650, right? You also got to have some type of reserves. A lot of banks want to see reserves, so money that you have saved up, and then they want to see what is that property cash flowing. So they do a lot of banks do right now, at least in the Indianapolis market, they doing like 1.2 debt service coverage ratio. So basically, you covering 1.2 ratio with the rents that you're getting, right? With your loan. So say for instance that you got a loan on that same property, right, for $100,000, and it was $75,000 that they gave you back for your loan, which they cashed out refinance. So they gave you that money back, but now there's a mortgage on it for $75,000. What they gonna do is they gonna want that rent to be 1.2 times that 75, right? So like if you look at 1% of that, you're thinking about $750, right? That's 1%. So 1.2 is somewhere around, and I don't got no calculator in front of me right now, but 1.2 is going to be somewhere around 850. You know what I'm saying? 850 to 900. They're going to want to see that property cash flowing at least that. So they're going to want to lease. They want to see the property leased out. Now, can you get it done by not doing all of that? Yeah, but not the lease, right? So you can they have what's called DSCR loans, right?
Exactly.
So just where they just focusing on the debt service coverage ratio, right? But you're gonna get different terms. You're gonna get higher interest rates normally, and you're gonna have a property that they may not give you 75% back. They might be giving you 70.
65,
you know what I'm saying?
And you cash flow less.
Exactly. So it's a way to do it, but what you want to do is why not just get your credit score right, bro? It's way too many programs out there. You got credit gurus everywhere, for one. I ain't saying trust all of them, but you got credit people everywhere. Shoot, you reach out to us, we can give you somebody to help you fix your credit, bro. Fix your credit, get it up over 650, and just start to get those reserves going.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Fundable.
You don't need nothing crazy. They looking at probably like 6 months reserve, if that. Of the loan. So if your loan is like you paying $750 a month on the loan, they're going to want that times 6, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But the more the merrier, right? But that's what I mean by being fundable.
Yeah.
You got to be fundable on that back end when you go to refinance that property.
Yep. Here another quick trick, right? Be careful with this because, this podcast is for, telling, about our business and kind of giving you the updates and how the tricks of the trades work. But you also got to be careful with how you do it, because once you have information, you might go crazy with it, right? And put yourself in a hole. So, but a trick of the trade is what you can do is if you have a partner, right, you can create an LLC. And let's say you're not bankable. Your stuff is 600, 500s. You can bring a partner on that is bankable. Maybe their credit score is 700. Maybe they have better W-2s from their job.
Exactly.
And now you can go to the bank together, and now the bank takes your strengths and takes their strengths and put it together and say, yep, okay, we can fund this, right? But obviously you'll have a partner in the deal now, so you kind of sharing equity, you sharing different things.
Exactly, whatever your agreement is.
That can get whatever your agreement is, but that can get your foot in the door instead of you having to wait and kind of give you time to, build your stuff up on the side. But
yeah, he's saying that because his credit was trash when we got together. Our first refinance, that was all me, just so y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Kati back there laughing too.
It was, but look though, your credit score better now.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? Little slither
Come
right
on
now.
baby.
I had to buy a house and all that,
man.
so I got peeled back a little bit.
Hey, listen,
I'll be back in the A's next year. But nah, seriously though, what he's saying is good shit because, at that time, I ended up having a solid credit score. And we was able to still get those loans on our properties no matter what. Flip flop to now we using his credit to get personal guarantees on certain stuff because now his credit right. You know what I'm saying? So exactly. He didn't just sit back and be like, all right, since bro gonna go ahead and sign up for everything, I'm just gonna sit back and not get my credit right.
Right.
In the meantime, he was actually working to get his credit right so we can come and be up front together. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that certain people they get comfortable. They like shit. He just gonna do it every time anyway. So I'm just gonna leave my shit like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense. But definitely, you gotta be fundable when it comes to that. One other thing that we didn't break down too is a lot of banks have what's called a seasoning period, right? And depending on your bank, it all depends on your bank. All banks, they got different terms on their loans and what they do, right?
Take a sip of your wine real quick though,
but
you a little up over there.
Man, I'm just chilling, man.
I know you chilling, bro. I'm
listen, man.
I know it's wine. I just said take a sip. I didn't say. I didn't say.
Trying to gulp it down.
I said take a sip, brother. You only took one since we, you know what I mean, the me, you know what I mean? Started talking. Go ahead.
But nah, you made me lose my thought.
See, that's what I do.
But nah, we was right when we were talking about the seasoning period. So basically, depending on your bank, normally, like when they lend into LLCs, they looking at you having to own the property at least 3 to 6 months, right? A lot of banks are going to be that. Most of them is going to be 6. You're going to have some that can do 3, but their terms might be a little bit worse, whatever. But like once you build that relationship, you know, with a bank, you can start to, you know, ask them for better terms, right? So like the bank that we with currently, we able to refinance right away, right? But we got different type of terms. Like they doing a different type of loan. They not doing a 30-year. They doing a 25-year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different, but like for us, that's been a plus because like there's properties literally that we bought and went and got it right appraised the same day and made $12,000. Not the same day, same week, and made $12,000 like on the refinance, on the cash out refinance. Then we never touched the property. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the advantages of that, of being able to refinance right away. You get your money right back out, and you're able to redo that again, which is the last part of that, which is repeat. You know what I'm saying? How are you able to repeat? Well, you got to refinance back out of it and then repeat it. But if the bank you using is going to be 6 months or 3 months, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen to me. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, with that being said, you're going to have to wait that time to pull your money back out to reuse your money again, right? But the reason why they say that's a free property is now you got your go back to the, you know, example that I was talking about. Now you got your $75,000 back, and now you just got a loan on the property, but you're actually cash flowing on the property at the same time. So you might have a loan on the property for $600, but or even $500 on $100,000 shit right now with interest rates. But like where it's like that, you know what I'm saying? You got $500 mortgage on it, but you're renting the property out at $1,000 a month, so you're making $500 a month. So you're actually you have free income coming in, and basically you got an infinite return. You know what I'm saying? Because the money that you're making on that property, you already pulled your money back out, and somebody else is paying down your loan for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why this technique has been widely used. It really started. Really, people don't really know this, but like really it didn't start in the single family realm. Like the BRRRR method really started like on big ass multifamily properties. That's how people really was like starting to do it. And people was like, wait a minute, I wonder if I just do this with single families. And then that's when it became a big ass phenomenon. Right. But I saw like I want to say it was either Rod Cleave or somebody like that, one of the big time multifamily dudes. They was like, you know, this started like with big ass properties. Like they coming back and refinancing out of like 700 million. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
Like, different. It's crazy, but that's how it started. But you can do that. That's what we're getting at is you can do this on a huge scale all the way down to a small scale single family homes.
Yeah. Now a couple things. Tell them about
some game.
Here's some game for real. So a couple things to be mindful of. One is that when you're doing this process, right? When you rehabbing a property. That can kind of make or break this over time, right? So something that Tyrone and I had to go through is we knocking this BRRRR method out, right? We hitting it, pop, 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 popping it off. You know what I'm saying? Knocking it out, and then we get a call. Hey, you know the electrical is messing up, or the HVAC system is. The heat is out. This is happening. That is happening. And I'm like, these are rehab properties, though.
That we just
did. So we shouldn't be having these issues. Now it's bringing you back to that property, So one thing that we did is, mind you, we didn't go out and just hire somebody off the street. You know what I'm saying? We hired people who got companies, people who got GC license, people who talk that shit.
Right.
But don't necessarily really got the wherewithal or even sometimes the knowledge to really get the motherfucking job done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And because that's what when they come out, they talk to you, they tell you all that they're gonna do, and they actually do the work, and you get it rented out, and now you got to keep coming back to it. They thought they was cold, but they was really
frowny
trash. So that's a big thing. That's great game on that.
Another thing. Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Hey, shit.
You're in the
you know what I'm
groove.
saying? The wine got me goddamn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You hit
Feel
2
me?
threes in a row. You trying to come down and hit the third one.
Man, I'm hitting the third one
Heat
on this
check.
one. Listen, it's heat check. You hear me? Look, something else that you can do with these refinances that, just like Tyrone gave that example, we bought a property, got it appraised, turned around, refinanced it, made $12,000 off of it. That money is tax free.
Absolutely.
The money is tax free, so you don't have to pay taxes on any type of refinance because you're putting a loan on that property.
Yeah.
So anything
you're getting the funds by way of loan.
So it's you don't have to pay taxes on it. So we didn't made 12, 10, 15, 25, 30,000 on refinances. So we put that much. We put all our money back plus some, and that plus some we don't have to pay taxes on it. So you can eventually. This is real game right here. God damn,
real
man, I'm
game.
eating up. This
We're not
game
giving
time.
out tax advice too.
Yeah, I'm not giving out tax advice.
Go to your CPAs. Do what you need to do.
Do all that shit. But look, this is what I'm saying here. Dame time right here. What people do when they really got a portfolio that's decent, that's big, is over time. Moon, you got that free house, right? So let's say 3 years later, 5 years later. Now you got these properties, the loan is paid down some, and your property's done appreciated in value.
Right.
So what they do is every 3 years, 5 years, they'll refinance those homes, their portfolio, to put a loan back on them, and they may make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per property.
Yep.
So now you made $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You and your business partner, you by yourself, you made $1 million off of refinances, and you don't have to pay any taxes on them.
Exactly, and because you got to think about it too. When you buying these properties and you only $75,000 in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got 25% equity. So hey, if a market drop, like somewhere like Indianapolis, like the market's not dropping 25%. It's not happening. You get what I'm saying? So like, we do see some of our stuff right now. We in the middle of something right now, right? Some of our stuff has went down, but it's not down like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got that little wiggle room right there of equity. But on top of that, when the equity goes up, for instance, like we bought a lot of properties in 2020 when everybody was scared to buy, right? We bought a lot of those properties. A lot of those have already appreciated 25, 50, 75, 100,000, like on like 60 something properties, right? That we did the BRRRR method with. So over time, like, and this is a gem right here. So take your fucking notepad out and get ready. One other thing that you can do, which was what we did, is you can pull out what's called like a HELOC, right? Or a line of credit with your bank on that equity that you have, right? So they was able to give us a $250,000 line of credit in order for us to be able to go out and purchase and do more acquisitions, because we had we using the same bank for all of our loans. For a lot of our loans, they can see the equity like clear as day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did the appraisals. People did the appraisals. So it's like, yeah, this property is worth this. This property is worth this. This property is worth this. And you only owe this. Exactly. So we was able to go get that credit line on that. Now, as we do that well, we're going to be able to raise that credit line as we continue to buy and do what we do. As long as we paying that back and we making sure that we paying it on time and we not getting, fried with it, that credit line is going to be at $1 million someday. You get what I'm saying? Where we able to go buy bigger and better shit. Man, we giving real game right now. Hope y'all fucking with this, man. Comment. Let us know if y'all agree. Let us know some banks that y'all use. Let us know if this is making sense, because we really going through the BRRRR method, but we really breaking other things down that's really gonna help you. Like, absolutely. We went over rehab, we went over seasoning period, we went over refinancing. You don't have to pay taxes on. We went over 25-year terms, 30. Like, we really breaking stuff down, not just being vague about it to give you different things, because we really went through this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and we made mistakes. We didn't know it. Ain't no rule book to this shit, but we want to, you know what I'm saying, and we didn't highlight some of this like on the podcast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we follow, our people and stuff like that, but like, it's some of these things that we talking about that you learn in the trenches. Like you know what I'm saying? So trench baby. We definitely just trying to give all of that to y'all. But one big thing, like Omari said, man, definitely jump inside of our mentorship program, our community. We have a channel in there that's specifically for BRRRR investing. So it's everything that has anything to do with BRRRR investing, right? With the method, shit to look out for, stuff that you can do, to find off market properties like that. I mean, we got it all in there, right? And so a lot of our students, they got that firsthand that once they going in and buying that property, they don't have to go through all of the bumps and the bruises that we had to go through, because they can just ask us every rip. You know what I'm saying? And we right there to answer those questions. And it's other people in the group that have already done it as well. So they don't have to go out and look for banks. We giving them 4 or 5 banks that we already know that'll refinance their properties out, right? They're going to have to go out and do their whole, contractor, they're going to have to go out and get their own people as far as like that goes. But at the same time, it's like, okay, how do I interview these people to make sure that they the right people for the job?
How do I give them the right paperwork? Make sure that they set up with that. We got that in there.
You get what I'm saying?
So giving you paperwork.
We passing out free gems in there, man. It's for $17 a month. It's a Netflix fucking
Man, that
account.
shit going up.
Like,
man.
Come on. Yeah, it's going up, too. It's most definitely
up,
going up.
That shit too crazy.
Price going up.
It's over.
Yesterday's price.
It's not today's motherfucking price. Man, let's get it. Man. So what's some tools that people can use as far as the BRRRR method, kind of getting started with that too?
I mean, again, I'm going to keep going back to the mentorship, but like just how inside of the mentorship, we have a BRRRR calculator, right? So in our paperwork, it's like a calculator. It's like an Excel sheet that you can use to plug your numbers in to see, okay, yes, this is going to be a BRRRR deal. I can refinance out of this at 75%, right? And some more tools to use is just kind of like I don't know if this is necessarily a tool, but being sure that you become a master in knowing your property's worth, right? And being conservative with it. Mm-hmm. So like it may be a property that like, you see that you think is 100,000, but you saw a lot of them sell for like 90, 95. Be conservative. Go with the conservative, right? Because you want to be sure that you pull all of your money out. That could be the difference between 5 and 10,000. And my third tip is do not forget closing costs. Wrap that into your refinance,
that
right?
Bitch up.
So because that's one thing that like when we look back, like we wish we would have maybe went with a different title company a little earlier to do our refinances because they would charge us less, stuff like that. But shout out to Emporia Title. This is a free plug right now. I'm plugging them right now. Their closing cost was a lot less on our last refinance, and really almost half on our last refinance. So it's like when you think about it, if we bought 30 properties in a year, which we did, we bought like 30 in 1 year, and we was paying like $1,500 to $2,500 each closing on 30 properties. What is that?
Just easy math, 60. Let's do that. Let's just say it's 2,000. Might be less than that, but
yeah, 2,000 times
between 40
30
and 60,000
a year that we paying in closing costs, right?
That's somebody's salary. We gotta hire somebody with that.
You get what I'm saying? But we wasn't really wrapping that into like our calculations on the front end, right? So when we came back, we're like, oh, we thought we made 12, but really we made 9.
10, 5, right?
10, 5, 10. You know what I'm saying? But we always had enough room in there for people to screw up a little bit on the project. So they might screw up a little. Since we was conservative, you know what I'm saying? They may screw up where we got to add an extra 5 to the rehab, right? Or something like that. Unforeseen stuff that would come up, right? But also, we would make sure that we ran our numbers so conservative so that we make sure that we pulling out mostly all of our bread, if not making money on it.
Yeah. So make sure that you just really get specific, know your numbers, man. That's the biggest, that's, I'm going to tell y'all, real shit. That's a big part of how me and T was able to grow we have been able to. We know the strategies. We know whatever, blase blah. We're not great at everything, and you're not going to be great at everything. But know your fucking numbers. If you know your numbers, man, you can really build, and then you got leeway for all of the mishaps in between. You know what I'm saying? And still be cool, right? While you learn, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some things that you're just not going to get just from listening to a podcast like this. It's really out in the field when you got squatters in your house and you got pipes that burst and you got all different just type of random shit that you can't control that happen, right? You can do the best that you can, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? Life is going to be life, you know. RP to my pops, man. Like T said, but man, he would always say this phrase. He said, "Life get in the way of life," and that's what he meant.
Remember you said that.
Life get in the way of life. It always do. Whatever that means, life is gonna get in the way of life. So you want to prepare for that with your numbers. So if your construction cost is a little bit over, or that appraisal is a little bit less, or you know what I'm saying, your timeline's a little bit behind, you still cool.
Yeah,
you know
and y'all gotta look at it like this too, bro. Like, I'm not saying to go this route, but if you was to leave $5,000 into a deal, if you only got $5,000 of your own money into a property that you got 25% equity on it, you making $500 a month on it, you're gonna make that $5,000 back that same year in cash flow.
Easy.
Do you get what I'm saying? Now you into the deal for nothing. So like, think about that. What can you really leave $5,000 in, but own something that's $200,000?
Yeah.
When are you really doing that?
And too,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
here, the last thing I got on this topic too, to you, is that something that, you know, we're gonna do moving forward. We still gonna buy, we still gonna do all that stuff, but us performing the BRRRR method, I think even me, you know, you can speak on you, but I'm even more to I'm more open to leaving a little bit more money into the deal if I can get that opportunity, that area. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Class B area, B plus
Yep.
area. You might have to leave a little bit into it, but you get better tenants. It's more desirable. You got less work that you got to do. It's a newer build. You got all these other advantages.
more appreciation on
the back end. I'm leaving some money in it, 10, 5, whatever. But I know for sure that this type of tenant that can afford this type of property, more times than not, is going to take care of it more than somebody that's at a lower class. You get what I'm saying? So you got to look at the whole deal. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, at least speaking for myself, is that I'm stuck only at pulling the money out. Like, you know what I'm saying, making the money on a refinance. But it's really okay sometimes if you want to be in it a while, you want to hold that thing for a minute, man, don't be opposed to leaving a little bit of bread in there, man.
Absolutely.
Getting that back a year or two.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's that. We just definitely wanted to bring out that game.
That was fire. God damn. Can I get a round of applause, man?
Most definitely. But we really want to go into the, you know, overtime.
Yes, sir.
It's time for overtime.
What we talking about, too?
It's time for overtime.
What we talking about?
Yeah, I forget what we was gonna use for overtime.
We ain't using that.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe it was that.
That's a little suspect.
Chirping. That's the Jeezy birds are chirping.
Dogs is barking. All wheels is wheel.
There we go. Overtime.
Time
for overtime.
That sound like some
time for overtime.
Man, what the hell is that?
Old Spice. Look at that.
Right.
But yeah, today, man, I'm gonna let you pop it off with this goofiness.
Nah, man. I'm gonna let you pop it off.
Man, Megan
let you pop it off, man.
Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, man. What is out here going on? Some wicked ass.
Damn.
Shit.
Woo.
But no, I just don't understand the whole topic as a whole. I mean, I'm here to really speak on really just, okay, what was wrong, bro? What happened? Like, really, she got hit by some type of bullet fragments. I don't even know if she got hit by a bullet at all.
Right.
But, I mean, in my opinion, bro, anybody shooting, you know what I'm saying, even if he was shooting at the ground or, you know what I'm saying, whoever it was, if it was a dude that was shooting in the direction of a girl, bro, over some type of whatever it was. You in the wrong, bro.
Yeah,
you tripping, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's just starting from square one. Like, fuck all the whole case, fuck who was there, fuck the friend and the man. Look, starting from square one, bro. If you pull out a strap in a vicinity or however it happens, that shot is being fired in a girl's vicinity of a chick who you got relations and all that shit with, bro, that's corny, dog.
Yeah, you tripping.
Period.
Bro.
Point blank from the top.
Yeah.
From the start, bro. That's corny, man.
There's been a couple of, you know, situations that he didn't been in. That's why I feel like people at first. But just me looking at the evidence and all of that, like, do I think he should have been found guilty?
Not with the evidence that they had.
No.
There's reasonable doubt in that.
Man, what? It's so much doubt in that. Her bodyguard or whoever he was, he went missing when it was time for him to but come up to be a witness. You got her best friend pretty much
doing somersaults and
super
shit.
Backpedaling. You got her saying
she turned into goddamn she turned into Deion.
Boy, she went crazy on her.
She turned into Deion Sanders, boy.
I know. She like what? And then you got, but then you got her. Like, I mean, it's a lot of lies her way too. I wasn't in a sexual relationship with him. Who was you with at the time? Who, you know what I'm saying? You just, I guess that don't really mean too much. It's not, I don't think that has nothing to do with the case as a whole. But it's just like it's just seeing that you're lying. That's the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You saying you're not messing with this dude. You saying you're not doing this, but you was though. You know what I'm saying? So why are you lying though? So what else are you lying about? That's what I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? People will get out of it, but obviously, man, it played in her favor, and she won the case. So.
Do you think though, Tia, got a fact of what if that was two men? Do you think that Tory would be in jail right now?
Nope.
You don't think he would?
Nope.
It's just that it's a male going against a woman that has a slightly different view. You know what I'm saying? To how you gonna weigh your decision. I'm not even saying that Megan wrong. I'm just giving it. Take Megan out, put another man in there. How do y'all feel about the situation?
He not going to jail.
Is Tory going to jail?
He not. It wasn't enough evidence, in my opinion, just from like looking at it and going like just the stuff that was coming out, bro. I'm like, all right, I thought for sure he had a W.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was just like, he's about to win that. Like, this is getting out of control on her side. But
that shit turned to a goddamn Love and Hip Hop
episode. Though. Nah, that was really like that shit turned into a movie, bro. Like, I was like, this is some shit you see in a movie. Like, it got corny, really, is what it did. Yeah. And it kind of took away from the integrity of their careers, bro. Like, it's definitely gonna have a damper on his. But it's gonna be interesting. They said he facing up to 20 years, bro. I'm like, that's wow.
I don't think he's doing that though.
He's not gonna do 20. He's not gonna do 20.
I don't even think he's doing 10.
He's not doing 10
he might
either.
Do shit 3.
He might not 5, do nothing and just do probation, bro.
Yeah, like I mean, they said that you feel me. He was eating his last meal or whatever. Did you see that?
No, I ain't
on Christmas. They had like turkey and ham, and it was like his last meal while he was in jail or on his way to jail, or you know what I mean, something like that. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't got all the facts, so don't be hitting me too hard in the comments and shit. But
he gonna fight the case, bro. He probably mess around and get it overturned too.
Yeah, overturned. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna do an appeal, I'm guessing, and kind of, you know what I mean, go harder that way. But I don't see that dude doing 20 years for the stuff that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? In a typical case, I just don't see it, dog.
Most definitely. I mean?
So that's my thoughts. Let us know y'all opinions on that. How y'all feel about Meg? How y'all feel about Tory? Throw it in the comments, man. I know probably once it get to y'all ears, it's gonna be old, and we might even have some new evidence. Mind you, it's before it ain't even New Year's yet. All right, so chill.
Exactly.
Keep it cool. Keep it player. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to do it like that.
Most definitely, man. Well, we do appreciate y'all for coming out for our 4th episode. Most definitely, please share the podcast. We about to create a hashtag so y'all can share the hashtag, search the hashtag. We don't have that yet, but we will be creating one. Be sure to take a look at our mentorship. Moguls into Making mentorship. Like I said, it's so much valuable information in there. So many different people in there that's doing the business. That's currently literally walking and talking at the same time. Like they actually doing this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like people that's not in the business right now. So definitely get in there. I think it's a solid community. You're going to learn a lot. We have walkthroughs of properties every month with our whole entire community. We have an event every month with our whole entire community, and we do live Q&As every Friday inside of the community as well. And it's an app. I mean, you can just pull it right up on your phone. You got a question about something, bam, at me, at O, or at somebody in the group, bam, they answer the question. But it's so much stuff in there right at the convenience of an app right on your phone, man. So I think it's definitely worth it. Definitely put the comments below the show. Please make sure that y'all add comments to just really help us out, man. Help us grow this thing. But just like that, man, that's it.
Yeah.
Closing out, I'm Tyrone Johnson.
I'm Omari Heflin. Baby, let's get it.